morning boys. Today I will discuss the opening and closing of the stomata by potassium ion concentration theory. Now look at the board. Potassium ion, this is K plus, ion concentration theory. According to this theory, potassium ion enters from the neighboring cells of the stomata into the stomata along with water, and when the potassium ion enters along with the water, that time the stomata become turgid. Okay, so according to the potassium ion concentration theory, the opening and closing of the stomata depends on the gradient of potassium ion, means the concentration of potassium ion. The potassium, first the chloroplast which is present inside the guard cell. Look at the board, I have drawn the chloroplast. These black dots are the chloroplasts. These chloroplasts trap the sunlight, and after trapping sunlight it causes photosynthesis, it produces glucose energy, and there is a ATP, and with the help of this ATP the potassium pump activates, and through this potassium pump, potassium ion enters from the neighboring cell means epidermal cell, to the guard cell along with water, and as water enters inside the guard cell become turgid and stretching the inner wall of the stomatal pore. So this is the stomata, and then stomata will broad open. Okay, so this is the potassium ion concentration theory regarding the opening of the stomata. Just opposite case happens in the happens at night. Just the opposite. There will be no sunlight, no trapping of sunlight by the chlorophyll, no ATP will be there, so no activation of potassium pump. So there will be less amount of potassium ion. As potassium ion will be less, so water molecule will also less in the stomata. So the guard cell will become flaccid. So this was the potassium concentration theory. I hope now there is no problem now. Next, now look at this diagram. This one. Here, this is the section of longitudinal section of leaf. Upper surface of leaf, lower surface of the leaf. Upper surface of leaf, there are palisade mesophyll cells. I have drawn this. See, this is the mesophyll, PH. Mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells are of two types: palisade mesophyll cells and the spongy mesophyll cells. So these are the two principal centers of photosynthesis. Now when the sunlight falls on the leaf, then the chlorophyll which is present mainly in the palisade cells, these long cells are the palisade cells and these short cells are the spongy cells. Now the long cells, these are the palisade cells, the chloroplast present in the palisade cells, see the dot structure green, that chlorophyll traps the sunlight. From sunlight, photon, the unit of light, photon is trapped by this chlorophyll and get activated. So activation of chlorophyll done. Now, the photosynthesis is mainly divided into two processes. One is light independent phase, no light is needed, and second is light dependent phase. This light dependent phase is also called photochemical phase, as photo means light, so chemical changes are taking place with the help of this photon. So, photochemical phase. This takes place in the thylakoid. The structure of thylakoid I have already discussed. Now, with the help of this light energy and chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide reacted with 12 molecules of water and produced glucose, C6H12O6. This is a simple sugar which is dissolved in water. Water, 6 molecules of water and 6 molecules of oxygen. Oxygen, as a molecular oxygen, it will liberate outside. So light dependent phase is divided into main two steps. One is activation of chlorophyll. After trapping the sunlight, the chlorophyll gets activated and it splits the water molecule. Now look at over here at the bottom. Two molecules of water break down with the help of energy in the grana. Grana I have discussed while I have explained the structure of chloroplast in my previous videos. So water molecule, two molecules of water break down to produce 4 H plus ion, 4 electron ion and oxygen. Now what is the result of this light dependent phase? I have marked it over here. Now this result of photolysis, this water, breakdown of water means a photolysis. So result of photolysis is 4 H plus ion, 4 electron ion and oxygen. This 4 hydrogen plus is used by NADP or picked up by NADP. NADP full form is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. With the help of energy it will produce NADPH. This 4E, 4 electron, is utilized by ADP. ADP full form is adenosine diphosphate. With the help of the PI means inorganic phosphate, it will produce ATP. ATP is highly energy rich molecule. And this oxygen is liberated in the atmosphere. Just see this one, I have said the fate of 4H plus 4E and oxygen molecule. So now this ADP plus BI, whenever it will produce ATP, this reaction is known as photophosphorylation. Why? Now look at this part. Photophosphorylation. Why photo? Photo means light. With the help of light or by using the light, phosphate group is added. Addition of phosphate. Addition of inorganic phosphate with this ATP is producing energy rich phosphate ATP. So this process is known as photophosphorylation. Now I have discussed that another step of photosynthesis, that is the light independent phase. Independent means no light is needed. So that is a dark phase. It doesn't mean that it occurs at night. It occurs in the daytime only. But for this reaction, no light is needed. So that is also known as biosynthetic phase. So a dark phase or biosynthetic phase. Okay. I hope you have understood. Thank you.